sometimes it was hard a little bit without parents because I love my parents and they live my life with them. But in academy it was super. I sit at home 2 weeks, and even people come to my house under the window. They're waiting for me. You know, I didn't answer on the phone because it was a little bit like not fear, but I'm 14 years old. You know, 15. And it was incredible. Next day I go to training, and the sport director Serna called me and said, "You go to Madrid with us." I was in barber shop. I was, what, Madrid. And the next day I made debut in Champions League. I played when I was at home. I played PlayStation and FIFA with Real Madrid. After I saw these guys and I beat them. Yeah, it's to help a lot for the club. You know, I'm so teammate. I'm not, how to say, I'm not egoistic, and I'm not an individual player. And of course, for striker, I must score a lot of goals, make assists. It's really important. But the first, it's help team as a lot as I can. But my goal is to be a top scorer.
GAK, der Grazer Stadtklub.
Ja, hallo und herzlich willkommen beim nächsten Stadtklub-Gespräch. Lang ist's her, als wir die letzte Folge gedreht haben. Und wir haben uns gedacht, wir sollten im neuen Jahr natürlich wieder durchstarten mit den Stadtklub-Gesprächen. Und unser heutiger Gast ist unsere Neuverpflichtung Bohdan Viunnyk. Bohdan, first of all, maybe you can pronounce your name for all our fans that they scream it right after you score goals in the stadium. So how do you pronounce your name?
Hello guys, I'm Bohdan Viunnyk.
Thank you very much. Maybe we start at the beginning. I saw some videos yesterday of Swiss YouTuber Cubanito, and you told him that you got a little football as a baby. And I want to ask, were you destined to play football, to become a professional footballer?
I started when I was born in Kharkiv, and the first club was Metalist. And after I go to the Dynamo Kiev 1 year, and after I go to Shakhtar Donetsk.
So I've heard you moved to Kiev aged 14 without any parents to play for Dynamo Kiev. How was that experience for you as a young boy?
I think it was the huge experience for me because when you go so early at 14 years old, you can grow up so fast and early, and I thanks to God that I have this opportunity because I really grow up so early, and I feel myself even now like 30 years old, you know, in mind. And sometimes it was hard a little bit without parents because I love my parents and they live my life with them. But in academy it was super moments.
How can you think about the academy in Kiev? Is it one of the best academies in Ukraine?
Yeah, I think so. It was Dynamo Kiev. It's incredible training center for the kids, and who go to the under 19, under 21. They move in another training center. The rest was also so good. Yeah, it's one of the best.
So you played in the youth teams of Dynamo Kiev, and then you signed a contract with Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, I was 1 year in Dynamo Kiev. We won 2 championships, and after I go to the Shakhtar Donetsk.
How was the atmosphere for playing for Dynamo Kiev as a youth player, and afterwards with Shakhtar Donetsk as a professional player? How are the fans in Ukraine?
This moment when I changed my clubs, it was a little bit difficult because, you know, it was not in the first team changes, because if it will be from Dynamo to Shakhtar, it will be more harder. But I also feel the same a little bit because when I changed the club, it was a lot of pressure from the directors, sport directors and stuff like this. I sit at home 2 weeks, and even people come to my house under the window. They're waiting for me. You know, I didn't answer on the phone because it was a little bit like not fear, but I'm 14 years old. You know, 15, and it was incredible. I sit at home, And after, I moved to Shakhtar Donetsk at the night.
I think Shakhtar Donetsk is playing in Kiev at the moment.
Yeah.
So is it like a really rivalry between those two clubs nowadays?
What do you mean rivalry?
It's like Madrid and Barcelona, or Inter and AC Milan.
It's the same. It's sometimes I have goosebumps now, you know, because yes, it's derby from Ukraine. It's the best derby, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Milan, Inter. So when the Shakhtar moved from Donetsk to Kiev, I think it was the same like Milan and Inter, because it was in one city, and Shakhtar also. The first they play in Kharkiv, in my city. By plane it was difficult, and after they become to play in Olympijski, so it was the same.
Did you play in a Ukraine derby, in a Kiev derby?
In Academy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One question is, what was your favorite club when you were a young player?
I had an interview in YouTube, you can find it. I was a 11 years old kid. I played for Metalist Kharkiv, and also a journalist asked me, where do you prefer to play in the future? I said Metalist Kharkiv, and of course Real Madrid.
Okay, and well, you did play in the Santiago Bernabeu. It was a dark day.
Not almost. I played in.
Was it in the
Alfredo Di Stefano?
Alfredo Di Stefano, yeah. But I mean, it was a dark day for me, because I'm a Real Madrid fan as well, and you won that game 3-2, and you had your minutes playing in Madrid against all of the superstars. How was the feeling?
Every time when I speak about this, I still have goosebumps, because this period for me was the best in my life, I think. I want to start a little bit early, because I played for under 21 and I scored a lot of goals, and after I go to the under 21 national team first time, and then I get the coronavirus. I'm the first player who get the coronavirus in the Ukraine, you know, and at that moment it was like a catastrophe.
Yeah.
And I sit at home 2 weeks. And next day I go to training, and the sport director Serna called me and said, "You go to Madrid with us." I was in barber shop. I was, what, Madrid. And next day I made debut in Champions League. I played when I was at home. I played PlayStation and FIFA with Real Madrid. After I saw these guys, and I beat them in few weeks.
How was the atmosphere after the game in the locker room with you and the guys?
I was really surprised and shocked, because when we finished the game, we just come to the dressing room and it was like normal, like we beat team from Ukraine. I was really shocked, because we were so motivated, and we lost our full power, our these feelings, and in the end we like don't have any power, and we sit like this, like. Congratulations, guys. So
you were.
I think like, it will be
you can't believe that you.
And we beat. Yeah, we go there like without a lot of our stars from the team, like main guys who also get coronavirus. But we are younger guys. We go there like we can do this. Why not? It's really. Sometimes people can laugh in like you now, but 3-2.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It was a really hard game for me that day, but congratulations to you. 2 years after that game, the war in Ukraine started, and I watched a whole lot of videos yesterday from Cubanito from Switzerland, and I saw that he brought you to Switzerland and tried to find a club for you. How did you get connected to him?
It's also an interesting story. When the coronavirus started, we go to at home at the March of 2020, and we were at home, I think, 4 months. We can do nothing, and I was every day on the sport guard, and I was with the ball with my parents and with my friends, and in one moment I showed the video from 4-3-3, and I think I also want to be there, and I must think about like what I want to do, what I can do to be there, and I start to do some tricks, and I made trick, and they post me. They post on 3-3,
Okay.
4-3-3, and it was also. I was so happy because like it was my goal, and I achieved this. And Cubanito was reacted on this, and he wrote me in the Instagram and said like, congratulations, it's good. Maybe we will see each other in the future. I still have this message, and 2 years after, when the war started, he write me also like, if you need some help, you can write me, and I write him like, if you have any possibility to help me, I will so grateful to you. And he bought me a ticket, and I came to Switzerland.
And the rest is
history.
history.
Is history, yeah.
You lived with like one guy of FC Zurich,
yeah,
I think?
he was the coach from the academy, Mario Fischer. It's top guy. Like he will be always in my heart because when you made the Champions League debut, and you think your life will be like this after war go down, and you lost everything. I came to Switzerland with the backpack with boots, only with boots. Also, I have some stuff, but it was from Mariupol, and I was living with Mario Fischer on the second floor, so it was so funny. I think there is also a little bit video from this room.
Ja.
It was so good.
Eine Info für alle Fans: Ich werde die Videos, in denen er ist, mit Cubanito unten verlinken, dann könnt ihr euch das nach anschauen. In the video, you also learned a little bit of German.
Yeah.
How was it to learn German with guys from Switzerland? I mean, it's not
it's not
high German, but it's a own kind of German.
I think when you don't know German, the Swiss German, it's normal. But when you know German or Austrian German, it will be so complicated for me. But I didn't know nothing about German, and I start learning a little bit. So I have a lot of stress, and when I have stress, I can't learn it. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's easy. If I have teacher 1 month, I will speak freely. Now I understand German, and I can count, speaking a little bit, understanding a lot of things. So I hope next interviews will be on German. Yeah, so.
We will.
Vielen Dank für deine Unterstützung.
we will make a video about your German courses.
Okay.
Then. So how was it to come back to professional football after, well, all that happened to you and to Ukraine? How did you regain strength and confidence, or did you never lose it?
I think when the war started, I think 10 minutes after the war started, my parents called me like they bombed us. But my parents, if you will know them, you will understand what I speak now. They're so funny, they're so confident, and they never lose good mindset. And they said, just continue. Like I said, how it's possible? You have a tanks under your window. My parents recording video like the tanks going under our window, and I say, how it's possible? And they say, continue. Like yes, it's now life. It's no matter what will happen with us. Like you must continue because it's our goal, our dream. So never stopped and continue. I also train every day since the war started in the Turkey, and I just know that in one day I will have something that I can continue. I didn't know when, but yeah, the God gave me Cuba, and I go to Switzerland. And a few weeks after, I took my parents and all my relatives to Switzerland.
Okay, are they still in Switzerland or are your parents? Okay, so you first started with the youth team of FC Zurich. How was that time competing with all the other Swiss players?
It was really good times because the guys really, I'm so appreciated to them because they take care about me. They, like I didn't feel myself like I'm foreign player. So the guys were so funny. They asked me. I learned German. They learn a little bit my language, and it was really funny. And I was training. It was a little bit difficult because when you, I don't want to say that I was on the high. It was high level, but I don't want to say that I'm star. And it was a little bit difficult when you play on a little bit slowly speed, And it was really a little bit difficult for me. And but you guys helped me. So I guess 3 months I played with them, and after I go to the first team.
During that time, the coach of the first team was Franco Foda.
Yeah.
He's known here in Graz as well as the former coach and player of the other team here in Graz. How was your experience with him? How much did you learn from a guy like him?
Yeah, for me it's top coach because I played with him, and I have a little bit a strange and difficult situation about contract with Shakhtar about this transfer loan, because we must make this deal until the first official match, but something going wrong. I don't say this, and I lose, I think, eight games official, and I lose 2 games in Champions League qualification, also 6 games in Championship, I think. And every day he support me, like every day he asked me how you feel when. I said I also don't know when I can come to you, and when I signed officially, finally he was one of the first who congratulated me and said we wait for you on the training tomorrow. Few days ago I made debut against Winter Tour.
Did you still have contact with him? Did you talk about the transfer to GRK?
To be honestly, no. And the Franco Foda he's not like he never speak too much, but you feel inside when the coach like you, he wanna protect you. So we didn't speak, and I guess maybe we will speak here if he's here, and I don't know, maybe by phone it will be so good.
So if he sees this,
maybe
he should come by for a coffee or something.
Yeah.
With Zurich, you also played in the Europa League. How do you prepare for such games? Do you have any rituals? I mean, you played in front of, I think, 50,000 people in London against Arsenal. How do you prepare for such a game?
When I was a kid, I understand, my favorite kind of movies, it's ancient, like Troya, the Kingdom of Heaven. And I like there is these actors who play, like these persons, like Alexander Makedonsky, this guy, they always was leaders, and they like to be when there are a lot of people around you. So I feel myself like actor. Football players, it's the same, and I prefer to play when it's thousands of people than when nobody. I play better. And
okay.
When I played in the Emirates, it was, I guess it's 60,000 was,
okay.
And atmosphere was amazing because of the Zurich fans. The incredible fans, really. I'm so appreciated to them also. They support me a lot in the Instagram and on the pitch. Yeah, and when I come into the game, it's like in a movie. I would like to put a GoPro here and recording everything, because people never understand your feeling.
After your time in Zurich, you were transferred here to Graz. So how is your time here so far?
Yeah, life incredible for me. It's like a roller coaster, and I'm so happy to be here. Really, it's true, because my native club is Metalist Kharkiv, and he was also on the top level. On the best was in the second place in the Ukraine Premier League, and after it was also financial stop. The club was dead, And when I heard from my agent about this club and this story, something like this, I directly understand that I must come here and help this club to go higher, because I didn't help my Metalist because I was younger a little bit, but now I want to put maximum from me and help put the Graz on the high level in the first division.
So it really sounds great for all of our fans. But did you already stroll around Graz? Did you see some things?
To be honestly, on the Graz, no. I was only 2 times in City Park, I think, and I just was on the pitch.
Okay, you chose a number 99 as your number. Does this number has a special meaning to you, or is it just a cool number?
It's. I like to know some things, like for example my tattoos. It's only have a meaning, and I also like to know about numbers, what it's meaning. And number 99, it's really super powerful number in numerology. And I hope the guys can read it a little bit of this, maybe if they will interest in what it's mean. And it's mean that I'm on the right way, and it's so powerful on your right way.
Okay. You also played for the Ukrainian youth national team so far. I hope someday you play for the real national team, but what is the difference between club football and playing for your country?
The first is you see each other so rarely, because you can see in the club, you see guys every day, you train every day, you can understand them better, like everything. But in the national team, the first you come from other clubs. The second, it's you have not a lot of time because of the graphic, because you have sometimes only 2 weeks or maximum was 1 month with the national team. But I really like our national team under 21 because there is the super staff, super players. I guess I play with 90% in the same team, you know. So for me, it's nothing special. I mean, I know everybody, so we have super collective. And now we will try to be ready for the Euro in the summer.
What feeling is it to stand on the pitch, hearing your national anthem, and know you represent your country? How do you feel when that happened?
To be honestly, before it was not like not the same like right now, because before we know they are Ukrainians and we play for this, but now when the war started, every Ukrainian people like start to fight for our flag and our anthem. So after the war, every seconds before the match with this song, it's like goosebumps, and you sometimes you try to keep your tears because it's impossible, because in the same time our troops fighting for our freedom, and every day we so grateful to them. And I would like to say now in my language to maybe some people from Ukraine. Дуже дякую нашим, дуже дякую ЗСУ за те, що бороните нашу країну, та ми дуже дякуємо вам.
Well, maybe coming back to the situation right now with GAK, what are your goals? I mean, you told us already you want to become champion and race to the first league, but what are there any other goals to make any friends, or what did you think about?
It's the first. It's to help a lot for the club. You know, I'm so teammate. I'm not, how to say, I'm not egoistic, and I'm not an individual player. And of course, for striker, I must score a lot of goals, make assists. It's really important. But the first, it's help team as a lot as I can. But my goal is to be a top scorer.
Okay, that's a good goal. And what lies ahead for yourself? What are your goals, and where do you see yourself in 5 years or in 10 years?
As you can see, my life every day changes. So sometimes I can't make any plan for 2 days. You know, like I can speak with my family. Yeah, in 1 week we must go there. 1 week changes everything. We are in another country. How it's possible? So I don't like to do this. I live day by day, but with the one dream, it's win the Champions League, Golden Ball. But I would like maybe to play in Bundesliga in the future. But the first, it's here. My dreams, my mind is here.
And maybe someday at Santiago Bernabeu for Real Madrid.
It will be. I think it will be one of the best history in the story.
Yeah, that's for sure. Last, I already told you. Normally we ask our guests to ask a question for the next guest, and our last guest was our athletic trainer, Stefan Awey, and he asked who is going to score the first goal of the second half of this season. So, who do you think will score the first goal in the first match?
Bohdan Viunnyk.
So, and last we ask you, for a question for our next guest. What do you want to know from our next guest without knowing who it might be?
Yeah, it's really interesting because you really don't know who it will be. So I would like to ask the so interesting question. What you will dream if you know that it will be?
That's a really good question. Looking forward to ask this question. Thank you very much for talking to us. I hope you had a little bit fun.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
I wish you all the best for your time here in Austria, in Graz, with GAK. Danke vielmals an euch alle fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, ihr habt unsere neuen Stürmer kennenlernen können. Freuen uns schon auf das erste Heimspiel, wenn er dann vor vollen Rängen hoffentlich auflaufen kann und bejubelt wird. Und vielleicht abonniert ihr unseren Kanal, lasst einen Kommentar da und falls ihr Fragen an unseren nächsten Gast habt, ohne zu wissen, wer es ist, schreibt es gerne in die Kommentare. Danke fürs Zuschauen und bis bald.